despite the huge tragedy that happened in Benue State, despite the fact that the president did not think of, responding proactively and, immediately to, come to the aid of these victims, despite the fact that the president waited until it was criticized, by people to embark on this trip. The president is now being treated like a king. Ordinarily, he deserves all due respect, if not that, this visit should have been a solemn one, even if he does not get all the fanfare, even if students, do not go to the road to welcome him. This should be a solemn visit because of the number of lives that were lost, in their honor, when people just die, that, there's usually, this solemn way, you don't sing around, you don't dance, there's just this sobriety, that is usually around when, that people usually observe when, a loved one has been lost and, when the mourning period is still ongoing. But on the other hand, the government of Benue State, led by the governor, Alia Ayesint, has told school students to go and, welcome the president right from the airport, to stand by the road and welcome the president from the airport down to, his final destination, which is quite absurd because it seems like they are now turning this into a fanfare and a political visit as if more than 200 people didn't just die. As if more than 200 people didn't just die. As if people did not just lose their loved ones. As if they did not just lose, family members. There are people who lost about 30 family members. There are people who lost all family members. You can imagine. This ought to be a solemn, and sober visit, not, the usual fanfare. It's just absurd. You all, anyway, before we delve right into the details of today's news, if this is your first time here or you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Also turn on the post notification bell. That way, you'll be the first person to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Encourage us by clicking on the like button. That way, we are encouraged to, keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Lastly, please leave your opinions in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you. Without further ado, let's delve right into the details of today's news. President Bola Tinubu's visit to Benue State on Tuesday has triggered a wave of public anger and condemnation following allegations that school children were compelled to line the streets under heavy rain to welcome him. The president is in the state to sympathize with victims of recent attacks in Yewata, Goma local government area, where over 300 lives were lost in a deadly assault by suspected herdsmen. But what many expected to be a solemn condolence visit turned into a political parade as groups were seen along major roads holding placards bearing images of Tinubu and Governor Ayesint earlier, with messages suggesting a second-term campaign. Can see, these people are mad. Like, very mad. A visit that should be a very solemn one, as if people did not just die. That should be the center, focus of his visit, not a second-term bid. If your whole country, God forbid, perishes, who is it going to rule over? It's just really sad that, I don't know, is it ignorance? Should we say this is ignorance or what? Anyway, moving on. Despite a statewide public holiday declared by the Benue State government, eyewitnesses report that school children from government-owned institutions were mobilized for the welcome rally, many of them soaked as they stood in the rain for hours. Videos from the scene quickly went viral, sparking outrage across social media platforms. "This is nonsense," wrote Ogoche and St. Paul. "If my child were there, I'll pick them up. Why should parents even let their children to go to school today when they declared a public holiday?" asked Felix Shaibu. "What a country," lamented Anthony. "No be child abuse be this," wrote Boaz Jashin in disbelief. The criticism intensified after a previously circulated message from Francis Yu Ugotwen, Senior Special Assistant to the Governor, on special groups mobilization surfaced online. The message called on support groups to come out en masse to welcome the president. At the instance of our dear governor, His Excellency, Father Dr. Hyacinth Alia, the leader of All Progressives Congress in Benue State, kindly mobilized massively to give a rousing welcome to our president. A colorful shoulder-to-shoulder procession from the airport to Wurukom roundabout and down to Government House, Makurdi, is expected, the statement reads. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. What do you all think about this? What do you think about this absurd thing that happened in Benue State? What do you all think? It's like the governor, I don't know. I don't. That's why the fact that he's a Christian, is a reverend father, for that matter, you think that you will have better sense, but no. It seems like these people, when they get to the position of authority, they cease to be human. It seems like blood no longer runs in their vein anymore. They don't feel sympathy. They don't feel what people are going through anymore. It's really so sad. Before we go, guys, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment is from Adeniro Alade, who says, complete madness. This can only happen in a country where cow rules. Olusegun Jacob says, "Na so una go write nonsense for people to read. I mean, Makurdi, your news is fake or gassed up. You people, you might be in Makurdi and not even have a real story and not even know what's going on in Makurdi. So the fact that you're in Makurdi doesn't even matter. So what about the pictures? What about the videos online? What are you talking about? So people will be arguing. Instead of them to go online and do research, they will be arguing." Adeniro again says, a sensible president could have stopped, get down, grade the students and ask them to go home. Ogo Shina says, if you ask many of the children if they are happy to line up to greet the president, they will tell you how much they value it. Note, only children reflect true love and they don't pretend like adults. Rain or no rain, flood or no flood, the memory of seeing the president. Did they even see the president at all? The president would not even come out or even show his head to wave at them. All they will know is, cars are passing. That is all. It's not as if he's going to get down and, wave and, shake hands with the students. They would not see him. So what's the essence? The essence is just to honor the president. That is all. It's not as if there's any special memory or, experience that the students will have as a result of welcoming the president by the roadside. No. I don't know what this person is talking about. Not flood the memory of seeing the president live will remain in their memories, and that is children for you. Criticism can't stop what God has done, and it cannot stop what God will still do. Okay. The keeper says, if a rain beats a school child, what next? Na malaria. School authority take notes. Chinedum says, honestly, I'm ashamed to be identified as a Nigerian. What a shame. In the heat of national tragedy, a well-sound mind organized such a mess, such a national disgrace. Anthony says, how can we get out of this mess in this country? So those children are organized by reasonable people, just to honor the... Oh my God. John says, everything is possible in this land of blood-sucking nation. You all, let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section. Thank you very much for always listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video, guys. Bye for now.